Hello, hello, Rhoda here. Welcome to my craft room. Today we're working on the alphabet challenge. That is letter A. And we have three prompts to work on. Asymmetry or asymmetrical, accordion, acetate, and a bonus of artist. So the acetate is this little piece right here that I've got. I'm going to be using it like a side tuck. And I've got a little bit of alcohol ink here that's in gold that we're going to drip on it and see if we can decorate it up with. And then I've got a sticker that I'm going to put on it if it'll fit. And then the asymmetry and accordion is from this. And this is a piece that I saw Carrie the Crafter, C-E-R-I, do. And it's a one-page wonder. You cut your page, your 12 by 12 at an angle, and you're able to fold these up. It's every 3 inches, you know. And I'm going to use this one for my book because the colors match, you know, so good. And I'm going to actually make one with us together out of this. So that gives me all of my 3 different words. And I'll tell you how the fourth bonus word of artist blends into this so well. And as your bonus, or not your bonus, as your sneaky peek, Miss Victoria had told me that she gave me a few ideas of things she wanted to see me do. It's taken me forever, Victoria, to get to this. But this is the junk journal out of Total Junk. If you remember me showing you this was my Alaska magazine that I got. And I was using it as a glue surface. So every time one of the surfaces would get too gluey, I just folded the page over. And that's what you see here. You see pages that go all the way back. Then I took this calendar that I had from, I think it was 2005, through the garden. And it had all these beautiful flowers in it. So what I did was I kind of cut them out. And as I was doing it, I didn't realize that I could get 3 panels out of one of the calendar pages. And I think this is only about 4 inches wide and about 10 and a quarter or 10 and an eighth tall. So I just took my calendar pages, cut them out, and I did the glue stick and regular glue around the outside and everything. So that's what I've done. And see, there's the third panel, and it came around to here. So these extra pages we're going to be working with. So this part you really didn't need to see. You just kind of needed to see how I chose to make it. Now here's a panel that starts on this page and then finishes over here. So that was just kind of how I decided to do it. And then you'll have at least one in between that's, not been anything put on. Now this little piece, this is before I figured out to just cut them in 3 panels. But I was cutting it down to where I could get to the bench. So I have this piece, and then I come over here to this page, and I have this piece that goes over here with the rest of the fern. So what I'm going to do, or we're going to do together, is make a side panel that's going to be there. That's going to be a tuck surface. And the same thing, on this side. And it'll just add to it and extend out our picture a little bit. But as you can see, it just keeps going back. This was another one that was a side panel. I think the other side wasn't big enough to do anything with. Some of my glue sort of seeped around here. And here's one. I did have to cut them down, so I had to choose where to cut. And here's a big area. I was going from the inside or the outside in, trying to figure out how much room I needed. Well, I got into this area and I had ran out of calendar pages. So I don't know whether I'm going to try to get some more calendar pages and put in here. Like there's the one that continued that page. Actually, did I cut that one too far? Where's that over here? I think that's over here. I probably need to put it on this side. Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out whether I got enough other things to decorate in here, if I need to get something else to go in there. Now, there was one where it starts here and goes over, and it's got a pretty greenhouse or gazebo. That was a gazebo. This is kind of like the cover page. but it was one inside of the book as well. It's got some beautiful tulips. There's a little garden door. Here was a set of tulips by a garden gate. And then when you got to this part, this is the outside cover. So it's a little thicker. So it's the part that goes on the front of the calendar. Well, I cut the top down just a little bit to get the hole out, or was it the bottom? Oh, no, I missed the hole, but you can't really see it, so I don't think I need to worry about it. But what I did, took my my fabric tack, and I glued it to the back cover first, and then I had put a little bit of a wide washi tape on the inside in here, and then I continued to glue it all the way around to the front cover. But I also had some extra, so I wrapped that to the inside. I took an extra strip of scrap that I had, and I made a side tuck pocket there for something to go into. So as you can see, I've been working on it, and I've got the preliminary work done. I just need to get in here. I don't know how I'm going to close it. Wayne sent me some of these gorgeous old keys. Now, there was a garden gate and there was a garden door in here. And I'm thinking I might do the thing where I put a hole back here at the back, put an eyelet in it, and do a pretty ribbon or string, and tie the key to the other end. And you'll wrap it around a couple times, and then you tuck the key in the front to tighten it. And I really think that's how I'm going to do it, because the key could be to the gate or the door. All right, so that's enough of your sneaky peek. I'll be getting onto that here in a day or two to record some more of that after I figure out how I want to decorate the inside with the rest of the junk. And thank you, Victoria, for giving me those ideas, because I can always use ideas. All right, so we're going to go ahead and work on this and let that dry while we are creating our accordion pocket. So let me get this out of the way. Get this out of the way. I need some room to work. All right, so I'm going to actually just do it on this piece of scrappy stuff here. I use this for a lot of my book covers and things when I'm gluing. It's kind of warped, actually. Now, this I got at Walmart, and it was supposed to be, it's a silver and a gold, and it's supposed to be an alcohol ink that you add to Mod Podge formulas and resin. Oh, well. I don't know that I'm doing that with it, so we're just going to take the gold one out. Now, as I'm doing this, I'm going to explain that this alphabet challenge, I will have the link to Jody's YouTube channel, so you can go over and watch her and see what she's doing, and find out what all other ideas or information you may want to know. And that just kind of screws off like that. Now, what happens is, if you want to participate and you want to share what you're doing, you can actually go over to her Facebook page. I'm trying to do this and think at the same time. But yeah, you can go over to her Facebook page and fill out a few questions, and then you can join there. And then as you do some of these things, you can actually, what did I just say? You have to fill out a few questions, which allows you into the group, and she knows you're not a robot or whatever. So then what you want to do, you'll get in there, and you can start sharing some of your makes and things. If you're participating in this challenge, you would go up to underneath the header picture under featured, and a lot of the information will be under there about the alphabet challenge. So I'm going to set this off to the side. You can kind of see what's going on here. I just wanted kind of a smeary surface, something kind of pretty. I don't know that I'm going to do anything else to it. I have a sticker to put on it, but that was about the only thing I thought I was going to do. All right, so putting that to the side, we're going to get into doing our fold. And it was called a zigzag fold. And like I said, it's a one-page wonder. You take a 12-inch piece of paper, and I'm taking my Shabby Rose that I just recently got, and I'm going to find just a piece of paper in here. I mean, see, like, that one's all grays, though. That one would make a really pretty one. That one would. That's pinks. That one already has something. That one as well. That would make a pretty one, too. And I love that striped paper. That one's pretty as well. That one's got something on it. That one's really pretty, but I don't want to cut something like that up. I'll use that for one of my simple journals that I usually do. I think I'm going to grab this one right here because it's got such a nice contrast to it. You've got the pink back that's almost solid, and then you got the front that's got the pretty little flowers, roses, that kind of thing. All right, so what we're going to do is the way he made his, he went down one side at 4 inches, and then he went up the other side at 4 inches. Now you can alternate. It just depends on how you want to do it. Now these are cool little items because you've got so many variations of what you can do with it. One time I put a magnet inside here and inside there, and you were able to take it all through your journal, and it would just snap onto the page like that, which was really cool. You can also get in here, and I've also cut a window out of the front before, and then I would glue down this side here, and then you've got a pocket. You can also do, I think, a pocket here. If you wanted to glue that and that, you would have a pocket. And it just depended on how you wanted to do it. Now, the reason this works for two of my prompts is asymmetrical is having parts that fail to correspond to one another in shape, size, or arrangement, lacking symmetry. So these are not similar in shape and size because they go down in size. And then the other one, accordion, I chose to go with accordion fold, which I think is the same thing that Jody did. And the definition of accordion fold is the folding method that creates a series of panels of similar size by alternating the folds. So these are very similar in size, so I'm cheating just a little bit because they're not a true accordion fold. That would be where everything is the same size. But when you do accordion fold books, they are one of the most common structure types in artist books and one of the easiest to make. So you see a lot of people doing these accordion fold books. Well, artists was my bonus word. So it's kind of like a given. It's not really going to be in the work that I'm going to do to use that prompt, but it's a given. Can I have a given? So anyhow, we are going to go down 4.5. I did mine at 4.5. At one point I was doing that because I was trying to get that image in there. Well, actually, we'll just go at 4. There's not much of an image here to actually get a hold of. And then I'm going to scoot this over, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, up 4. Now what you do is you take your ruler and you match the two. From here to here. Is my ruler going to be long enough? No, it's not. Let me go for the big dog. Where is it? I can't get a hold of it. Hang on. Oh, there we go. Pull out the old quilting goodies. All right, so I need to go from here to here. I'm going to move it down so I can get it in there. All right, so just going across like that. And that's all we got to do. Now, we cut. We cut. Now, actually, before we cut, we could actually score. You know me, I don't have it all thought out. So the deal is here. Your way you're going to cut's going that way. So what you want to do is score this way. And we're going to score every 3 inches. So I'm going to just do all the scoring at one time because you get both sides. And then It's going to be at 3, 6, and 9. Now, mine doesn't go all the way over on my scoreboard, so I just flip it around. And I get that right there. All right. That's all you got to do. I want to thank everybody for coming to visit. I forgot to tell you that. I'm always getting right into it, aren't I? Just don't think about all that stuff. I really appreciate everybody coming to visit and seeing what I'm doing and following along. If you're going to do this challenge, I know Bernice is. If you're going to do this challenge, you've got 2 weeks to do it. Every letter will have a 2-week period before the next one comes out. And I think she said the 15th is when the letter B will come out. So if you go over and catch her video, you'll see her doing the little spinny thing. And I wasn't expecting her to have the bonus word. I know she had told us before that she was going to do 3 prompts. But the bonus is just if you want to use it and if you can get it in there somehow. And as you can see, I'm unconventional on how I use things. So what you do next, see, you got 2. And the way this pattern is, see, that actually goes this way, but you can't really tell. The script in there is just, and then the back is non-directional. So you can do this any way you want. So what you're going to want to do is have your pretty pattern on the front. So you would fold it that way. And then rub that down. Then you're going to fold it back this way. And hopefully that was on the right part. Like that. And then we're going to fold it back this way. Now you can fold it any which way suits your interest, but this is the way I usually do it. And see, you've got the pretty pink showing here, and then you got the pretty roses and stuff that peek out. So like I said, there's many ways that you can go about using this in your journal. You can tuck it in a pocket if you chose. You can also, like I said, use a magnet on it. You can use a paper clip on it as well if you don't have a magnet or want to go into the cost of those because they are kind of expensive. And then you can, what else could you do with this? I don't know. I'm trying to think. I think that's about the 3 ways that I know for sure you can use it. So there you go. That is how to do a zigzag pocket by Carrie the Crafter. And see, it's so pretty. I like when I put the, and then like I said, you can put pockets in these too as well. So you've got extra tuck room for tags and such. Okay, so those are done. Next. Okay, there's a bit of a problem with the gold coming off. This is the side that I smeared it on. Now this is the other side, which is fine because, yeah. So I'm going to take this little piece of paper. I think I got that from Tommy, Paper Crafting with Miss Tommy. And I'm going to take and glue. This is the side it's, okay, this is the side I need to glue. I'm going to glue it down to this right here. And we're going to try to nip this in the bud where it's kind of wanting to smear off. It's kind of like when you use mica sprays. They have this tendency to want to come off as well. I've got papers that I took out and did in the yard ages ago. And they still, you can smear that little bit off. So this is what I want to do. I'm going to try to ride it up right against there to the very edge. And then I'm going to flip over to this side and snip this off real quick. And do the same thing. And I'm not putting the fabric tack directly on that part because I don't want to, I don't know if it would activate the kind of the alcohol ink or not. So I'm just kind of putting this down, put my cap on it, and slide it up underneath of here and knock those up against each other, as you can see. And then I'm going to push down and get that to adhere. And it doesn't really matter. It's just kind of like a, what do you call it? It was one of those things in school I never liked to do. I think it starts with an A too, and I can't remember it right now. But it's just to give you a look. And you can kind of see that fabric tack in there doing something with the alcohol ink. I'm not sure what it is doing. The word is abstract. It came to me after I put you on pause. So what I'm doing is I'm cutting along the edge here to cut that down to the edge of the acetate. And what we're doing is going to be able to glue this directly down to the paper. The acetate would have probably needed the fabric tack to help it adhere. But as we're doing it this way, we shouldn't have any problems. I think we're good. All right. Now the little piece that I was going to glue on the top of this is from this book here, and I've had it for ages. It's a Salvage Stickers, Crowded Addict. You will see a lot of things in here that's in his other work now. There was like typewriter keys, newspaper keys, whatever those were. You've got those little guys. You see those a lot. You had the hat mark things. And then I have this one that's got these little tiny letters and such on them. This one has got Fleur de Fromette. I think you see that on a few things, but that has to do with flowers. So since I've got a big rose on the front of that, I thought that might be the best way to go about it. Now, I don't think I even have to put anything on here. These stickers are old as Methuselah, but I think they may stick fine and dandy to this acetate without adding any extra glue. Yep, seems to be sticking really good. I don't know that there's anything else in here I might want. At the very back, it had the sewing section. See, there's that one. This one had like little farmers kind of things on it, a map and architectural pieces. That one I've used all the way. And that was the sewing one. I don't think I need anything on the sewing piece either. So, that's about all. And I used all the butterflies. they were there. I would have liked to use one of those, but they've gone by the wayside for a long time. Okay, so we're going to get in here into our book and go to our letter A. And I made a video on me making this. So there's two that shows me making the papers, or one is showing me making this whole book. So I do have a tuck spot there for something, but that may be my explanation on what this book is. I'll tuck that in at some other time. There's the piece I told you I was going to glue on there. And of course I've glued it to the back page as well. And it reflects this little edge that I've got going here, which is really cool. And this is our page A. So I thought I'll get my Bearly Arts glue out here and see about putting this down. I had thought to leave it clear, but with this kind of bleeding on me, that gold kind of rubbing off, I didn't want to have it all over my tag here. Now, the way I wanted to do my book, not sure, I think a few people are doing Rolodexes. Somebody, I think, may have said they were doing index cards, did they? I think another girl we were talking last night, she wasn't exactly sure what she was doing as yet with hers. That was Kirsten. And anyway, so I always think in terms of a journal. Now, all of this that I stamped on here was just background. It was only going to be background. So I have no tears in my eyes about covering it up. So I wanted to do it that way. What I figured is each piece that I'm making is going to be a form of a pocket, a tuck, a cluster, anything, a tag and a journal card, the types of things that I might use to decorate or use to write on, to journal in, that kind of thing. So that's my whole idea here. I'm going to decorate this up all next year, and then maybe a year after that, who knows, I may use it for my own journal to write in. So I have placed all of these little goodies in here for myself to write on. And see, that's the way it's going to go. I don't think it's coming up. I think it's still good. And it clears my A. And then I love this. I got to see if I can figure out how to do more of these with that RIT dye where I just sprinkle it on there. But I made a cluster on this side in case you didn't see it. Every other page is like a regular page spread. And then like over here I'll be to B. But I did make this with a doily and everything. I think that I did that on my last video. But I made a bunch more. So I'm ready. I've got a few pieces that were extras where I can make a pocket maybe here. I'm keeping that to see if I'm going to use that in one of the prompts. And I just had a bunch of these all throughout. They're not as close. That one, he went with the colors here, so I'll do something with him. But yeah, there's that mica spray. See, I'm glittery now. It does like to, come off on you. So I did the little doilies all through here. Now this is the one spot I need to put something on, because I stamped on this side, but I didn't stamp again on this side to cover that, and it bled through. So I've got this here, so I know. I know I need to do something. Yeah, but that's about how I did my journal. And I just kept going, and these are the pages that I can't really write on because they're my crinkle pages, so they won't take the ink and probably my pen going over it. But here's another little collage that I made. I just had fun making them. Here's the one. I did a little bit of stamping, extra stamping there. And this is my favorite page. This that, and here's the other side. Now when I did the front and the back, that's where I got these extra pieces, and I'm going to be able to use them for pockets or something, so that's why they're in here. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this and got a few ideas and saw my direction that I'm going in for my journal. Please go follow the link. I'm going to leave Jodi's link for her YouTube channel in my title, and you can go over to see her, and then in her description box on her video, you can find the link to go to her Facebook page. So please go over and do that, and check out all the other crafters that are getting to join in on this and see their take on it, because everybody's is different. So everybody have a great day. All my subscribers and viewers, I appreciate you, and everybody take care. Bye bye.